So do you come from an entrepreneurial background? I mean, where's this edge coming from?
No, it's coming from poverty. My dad came from Haiti back in the late 60s, was making $1 an hour, but he was a smart man, even though he was an immigrant. You know, I used to hear the stories from him about when he was in Haiti, he used to get on his bike at 3 o'clock in the morning and ride his bicycle 15 miles to get to work. And so when we were kids, you know, and I'd be like, Dad, you know, I don't feel like going to work today. And not work, but to school. And he'd say, his exact words were, you can die right here, right now, and you're still going to go to school today. So this was a dude who was like, no, you're going to school. And so I got work ethics from him. But growing up in one of the poorest neighborhoods in Stamford, Connecticut, and seeing, you know, the rest of the population that was there, even though we didn't have money, but my dad had mindset. You know, he knew that poverty wasn't the thing that he wanted to keep doing. And coming from Haiti, even though we were living in the project, that was 100 times better than what he had in Haiti. You know, using an outhouse in Haiti and things like that, not having running water, electricity, just a few hours a day. So when he came here, he had the mindset of, holy crap, I made it. So I grew up seeing that mindset of, man, we have abundance, even though compared to everybody else, we had nothing. But we had running water, which is a luxury in Haiti. And so then when I was about 7 or 8, this guy making $1 an hour, I don't know what he was making by this point, saved his money, and we bought a house. It was a 3-family house, and he rented out the first floor and the 3rd floor. But we moved out of the projects. And even as a kid, I knew, man, that's pretty impressive. So now I started going to Catholic school. And at the Catholic school, I saw what other kids were living like. You know, even though we were in the school and had nothing, but some of these kids, like in high school, they're coming in, you know, BMW. You know, me, I had a car that was $200 my mom bought off of some guy. These guys are coming with BMW. So then I'd go home and we were living, you know, we'd go play basketball in the hood. So I get to see how kids living in the hood were living. And then I saw how rich preppy kids were living. So I saw the duality of both sides of, you know, the economic spectrum. And I was like, I love you guys. I'm having fun playing ball with you, but I don't want to live like that. I'm seeing how these dudes are living. I want to live like that. But the other thing I'll also tell you is in the 7th grade, I had a teacher, Mike Smeriglio. It's the only teacher I remember before 8th grade. Instead of reading Moby Dick, Tom Sawyer, Huckleberry Finn, he made us read books like How to Win Friends and Influence People.
Wow.
Motivational books. So to all the teachers out there and people who have influence in young people's lives, you don't understand how much you influence a child, both positive and negative. So when he was making us read those books, I was absorbing it. And again, I think because I was born to be who I am, those books made me say, okay, there's more to life. So I always knew I wanted more. And then when I was in high school, while everybody else was hanging out, I had to go to work. So I was working at Foot Locker. I was working at another job, and I had money in my pocket. And so my boss used to say, why do we even pay you? All you do is put it back into the store. So I always had the new Jordans. I always had the new sneakers, the new clothes. And there was a pride of being able to say, you know, I'm a sophomore in high school and I paid for that myself. And I still had $200 left over in my check. So I felt like I was a millionaire, right? So to me, I was like, I love that feeling. So I fell in love with having money. And once you fall in love with having money, you can't go back. You know,
you're right about that.
You start to want to do everything you can to make more of it. So when I graduated college and I started my own business, I just wanted more. I wanted more. I wanted more. And it wasn't just wanting it. I went and got it. A lot of people just want it, but they don't go get it.